Every year, tens of thousands of people head out into the hills, mountains, and rivers to hike, kayak, fish, and camp. Some go out for the afternoon, while others take on more treacherous journeys like hiking the Appalachian Trails or scaling some of the world's greatest mountains. No matter the weather or the forecast, going out into the woods can be dangerous. Every year, hundreds of hikers go missing around the world, and some of them are never found. Weather can turn hostile, and people get lost. In one of those situations, the average day hiker may not have the supplies or skills to survive an extended stay in the woods. If an amateur hiker is forced to stay in the woods for an extended period of time, we assume that they will have the basics for survival. This includes a compass, water bottle, knife, first aid kit, and matches. In this scenario, we assume that they will also find post-it notes in the bottom of their backpack, which is not an unlikely scenario. We decided to focus on 3 necessities for survival: water, shelter, and a way out of the woods. Using ingenuity and a little bit of creativity, we created a shelter to protect from the rain and the sun, a device to capture rainwater for drinking, and a wind-powered generator to charge a dead cell phone battery using only post-it notes, medical tape, and sticks. In order to do this, sticks are gathered and put into a frame by using medical tape taken from your first aid kit. We tested the post-it notes for water resistance and endurance in wet conditions. We found that they hold up very well in moist environments and would provide adequate shelter. Note how the post-it notes are aligned like shingles on a roof to allow water to run off. Only 100 post-it notes were used to build this shelter. One of the most dangerous places to try to survive is the desert. Surface temperatures in the desert can rise upwards of 110 degrees, so any shade could save your life. Therefore, this shelter is invaluable for situations like that. Since dehydration is one of the most dangerous situations in a survival scenario, we designed a method to capture and channel rainwater into a bottle. This is made using simply post-it notes, saplings, and medical tape. We ran some calculations and found that if you can capture the water runoff from your shelter of 100 post-it notes, and if an inch of rain falls during an evening, you can capture 14.7 liters of water, which is far more than required to survive multiple days in the wilderness. The next device we made is a wind-powered generator to charge a dead cell phone battery. Cell phones are not and should not take the place of two-way radios and satellite phones. However, in a situation where your stay in the wilderness may be determined by a charged or dead battery, this could be an invaluable device. Using a simple DC motor from anything from a refrigerator in an abandoned cabin to a servo from your crash-landed bush plane, power can be generated. By spinning a motor, you induce current, which when connected to a battery, could serve as a crude charging device. This device was made using only post-it notes, medical tape, and bamboo skewers. A DC motor from an old cooler was used to generate the current. In conclusion, if you find yourself in the wilderness with post-it notes, they can drastically increase your chances for survival. And what has more value than that?